This is the Words in Season podcast, and I'm your host, Kara Marie Morris. Remember, you can find more episodes. You can find Season 1 and Season 2 on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, on YouTube. You can also find more episodes on Anchor FM, Spotify, and also on Apple Podcasts. Remember that every time that you tune in, that Jesus has a word in season for you. So this week, I want to talk to you about a word that was in my heart. Just one word that was in my heart for this week. And it's probably in the mind and in the hearts of a lot of people right now during this time. It is a word, protection. The word protection, that Jesus, that the Father is our protection, that He is protecting us. And sometimes with this protection, we don't even know that we need protected by it. And sometimes even the protection of the Lord, it seems like, but God, I want this. But really, it is Him who's protecting us. And then there's times where it is just straight up, you know that you need the protection of the Lord. And if it's not for Him, you're not going to make it. So God's protection is so many-sided and it's so far-reaching. And He is always protecting us. He is not going to bed. He is not hitting snooze on His alarm clock because He's too tired to protect us, but He is always with us. He is always protecting us from natural elements. He's protecting us from the evil one, from the enemy, from Satan. He is protecting us from people. He's protecting us from sickness and disease. He is our protection. He is our shield. So in Psalms 121, I want to read this to you this week. I will lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. And He will not allow my foot to slip, and He who watches over you, He will not slumber. Indeed, He who watches over us will neither slumber nor sleep. And the Lord watches over us. He is the shade at my right hand, and the sun will not harm me by day, nor the moon by night. And the Lord will keep us all from all harm, and He will watch over our lives. And the Lord will watch over our coming and our going, both now and forevermore. So reading these promises, it brings a peace and it brings a reassurance that He's watching over us, that He is with us. It steadies my heart. It steadies my mind. It allows me to continue to walk in Him and walk in His peace, knowing that He's not, when I go to bed, He's not going to bed, but He's working. He's working on my behalf. And you may think to yourself, well, what is all of this craziness happening in this world? We know that in 2 Corinthians 4:4, it says that it is the God of this age that has blinded the mind of the unbelievers. God is not in control of what's going on. He's not causing wars. He's not causing famines. He's not causing sickness and disease. It is the God of this world. It is the enemy. It is Satan. So like I said before, the skies just opened and started pouring rain. 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11, it says that we are not unaware of the devil's devices. We are not unaware of the enemy's schemes. The devil is trying to take us down. He's trying to take us out, but he's not going to stop us. I was thinking about, even as I was doing this podcast, I was thinking, I'm not stopping. I am not going to run away just because it's cold and it's rainy. I'm going to finish this podcast. And it reminded me of the protection of the Lord. Right now I'm underneath a little overhang here, and it gave me a great example. It gave me an example of the Lord's protection. I can't control what happens around me. I can't control what is going to happen, if it's going to rain outside or if the storms of life are going to come. But what I can do is decide to put my trust in Him. I can stay in His, under the shadow of the wings of the Almighty, like it says in Psalms 91. I can rest in Him, and that's what makes all the difference. It's when I look to the hills. I don't look to the hills for my help. I look up, and it brings my eyes up. I look up to the hills, and I don't look to the hills for my help, but I look up, and it reminds me where my help comes from. My help comes from the maker of heaven and earth, who does not slumber nor sleep, but He will continually watch our coming and our going from this time forth and forevermore. So remember this week that God is your protection, just like this overhang and the pouring rain. I can't change that it's going to start pouring rain, I was going to try to wait it out, but the second I ran back out, guess what? It started raining again. I cannot stop the storms of life, but what I can do is I can look at the one who will protect me, the one who is my shield, the one who is my safety, the one who is my guard, the one who's always watching out for me. That's what I can do. So thank you for watching this podcast. Remember, you can find more episodes on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and Spotify. Thank you for sharing it on your social media. And remember, every time that you tune in, that Jesus has a word in season for you.